Hey everyone, and welcome back to another Project Saki devlog. This is number 5, and this is a big one. We finally brought the tutorial to life. There's now actual combat and sparring mechanics. It's starting to feel like a real game. The main goal for this devlog was simple: make the sparring match feel real. We started by implementing the core combat animation phases for both Saki and Gouta. Since this is the player's first fight, we wanted it to feel structured and readable. But before even touching the attacks, we realized something felt off. Originally, the fight would start immediately after Sensei finished his dialogue, and it just felt abrupt. There was no time to prepare, no build-up, no tension. So we designed a countdown system. We experimented with different placements, sizes, and styles until we found something that felt right. Now when the match begins, there's a clear visual countdown that builds anticipation and gives the player a moment to prepare. It's a small change, but it makes a big difference. Next, we focused on character animations. For Saki, punching and taking damage, and for Gouta, we treated him like a mini-boss, so he got a full set of animations. Punching, panting, laughing, taking damage, and getting angry. We set everything up inside the animation tree and wired it up inside the script. Then we built logic around these animations to create a simple but clear attack pattern. Since this is still the tutorial, the fight needs to teach, not overwhelm the player, so Gouta's pattern is readable and easy to learn. But we did make one big design change from our old Unity version. Previously, players could attack Gouta multiple times during his vulnerable state. This time, we wanted the fight to feel more intense and exaggerated. So now, if Gouta gets hit once, he immediately gets angry and chases Saki down to retaliate. And we think this teaches the mechanics much better. Then we added hitboxes and hurtboxes. Now characters can actually deal and receive damage. We attached collision shapes directly to the scripts so we can clearly define where a character can attack and where they can take damage. We synced all of this to a health variable so both Saki and Gouta can lose health and eventually faint. But we ran into a weird bug along the way. If Saki walked directly into Gouta, he would get stuck to her, and because of his foot collision, we couldn't move upwards either. After investigating, we realized the collision object on his feet was causing the issue, so we removed it. Now the characters can pass through each other, and honestly, it fits the arcade style feel we were going for anyway: fast movements, mashed combos, dynamic positioning. Next, we worked on health bars. The original one we made was way too small for the UI, so we went back into Sprite, increased the canvas size, and separated the frame from the fill. Then, we rebuilt it using a texture progress bar inside a canvas layer, and connected it directly to the health variable in the script. Now, when damage is taken, the UI updates properly. We also added a health bar for Gouta. Once the combat was working, we added an end loop. When someone's health reaches 0, Sensei calls both fighters back into position and declares a winner. For now, it's a temporary stopping point. Eventually, we want the tutorial ending to transition much more smoothly into the main game, but this gives us a solid foundation. We also took into consideration the feedback you guys left for us. You told us Saki's punch felt slow and choppy, hitboxes needed improvements, art quality wasn't fully consistent. So we adjusted the punch animation to feel quicker and more impactful. We designed a new dialogue box and selected a new font to better match the style, and we plan to refine the hitboxes even further. We're still experimenting with fonts and lighting to avoid the flat look in some scenes, and we're always open to suggestions. Your feedback genuinely helps shape the game. This devlog feels like a turning point. We went from a tutorial concept to a playable sparring match with combat logic, health systems, UI, attack patterns, and boss behavior. Project Saki is finally starting to feel alive. If you want to help shape the game, consider joining our Discord. The link is in the description and on our website. We'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you're enjoying the journey, make sure to like, subscribe, and follow along as we continue building Project Saki. We'll see you in the next devlog.